Hello, good evening, lovely people. I hope that you're well. I've started a few minutes late. I do apologize. My previous class went on a little bit. Lovely to see you. Very nice to see you. I hope you're well. I look like death, don't I? I look like death. I'm just going to add this in the caption later. I look like death. This is an idiom that we use when somebody, for example, has traveled a lot. I looked at like death. If somebody has slept a lot, I look like death. If somebody has a cold and they don't look very well, they can say I look like death. So usually if your body has been through some kind of an unusual situation, people can say, I look like death. So that's what I just mentioned. Yes. Thank you. I look like death. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you so much for the lovely well wishes. You sent me lots of messages while I was away. Yes, I'm back in the UK now. I went away just for a few days. I wanted to take my kids on a little holiday and they really enjoyed it. So I've done my job as a parent, and hopefully they'll be able to enjoy the rest of their holidays and not keep bugging me to go on holiday anymore. No, I'm joking. They really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Lovely. So very nice to have you. Thank you. You're very kind. Yes, death, not deaf. I look like death. Sometimes if you have caught a cold and you think your appearance looks a bit off, it looks a bit strange. Some people might have a cold, some people might have slept for like 20 hours, some people might not have slept at all, some people might have just maybe been, traveling. Whatever it is that your body has been through some kind of unusual change and you think people can see in your face, you say, I look like death. Where have you been? I went to Greece, actually. I went to Greece, and there's one story that I put on Instagram while I was away, talking about shimmering, the water's shimmering. I don't know if any of you saw that. In the distance, you could just make out the mountains. And those were the mountains, I was told, of Turkey. So I was so close to Turkey. Unfortunately, I didn't have time, or else I would have loved to have gone to Turkey as well. I've never visited Turkey before. Other relatives have. I've never visited Turkey. I would have loved to, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. Hello. Thank you very much. When you look exhausted, Americans say, I'm dead. Yes, that's the way they say it as well. We say, I look like death, which is our way of saying it. Lovely. Okay, very good. So very nice to have you. Very nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Just a few little things that I want to point out for before we start. I've had a Nowruz sale on my website, and this was a sale just for Nowruz. That sale will end on Tuesday the 9th of April. So if anybody still wants to use the discounts, the sale for Nowruz, please just type in here, right here in the live, type in the word sale, S-A-L-E, and all the information will come to you. Okay, there are a few courses that I've bundled together. I've put them together, and there's a little discount on there for Nowruz. If you would like to make use of that discount, just write the word sale in the comment box, S-A-L-E, please, S-A-L-E, and the information will come to you. Okay. That's just a little discount we have. I also want to inform you about a new course that I'm starting on the 28th of April, which is a Sunday, and that is the advanced grammar course that I'm starting. Advanced grammar. There's no sale on that, unfortunately. Yes, sorry, that is also included in the sale. I apologize. The advanced grammar is also included in the sale. I'm starting an online course for the advanced grammar, and every Sunday we will have an online lesson on the advanced grammar at 5 p.m. UK time. Currently that is 7:30 p.m. Iran. Yeah, so 5 p.m. UK time, and this starts on the 28th of April, so in 3 weeks. If you feel like you want to improve your grammar a little bit, you want to maybe sit the IELTS or the TOEFL test, you want to learn more about more advanced passive voice, you want to use mixed conditionals, you want to learn a little bit more about tag questions, more advanced prepositions, relative clauses, the more advanced grammar, then that's where I'll be teaching that, and those are for 10 weeks. The videos for those lessons, some of the videos go close to 90 minutes. That's 1.5 hours of a lesson in some of the lessons. So they're very, very long lessons. You might want to watch them just every 20 minute increments, if you like. But that's what I'm starting very soon. Okay, lovely. Very nice. So yes, the word sale if you're interested in any of the discounts, and this sale will end on Tuesday 9th of April, just to let everybody know. Right, okay, let's get on to today's lesson. Now, I know a lot of you might want to write a review, or you might want to do a review. You have bought a product, you've bought an item, for example, and then you want to write your review about that item. Let's say a pair of socks. Everybody uses socks, yeah? It's not just for men, it's not just for women, it's for men, women, children, it's for everybody. You bought a pair of socks, and for example, you want to do a review on this item, on this product that you've bought. How can you do a review? Or you might even want to give your opinion about this pair of socks to a friend, to a colleague. You've just bought a new pair of socks, you want to do a review on it. Okay, so usually if you want to write a review of a product, first of all we start by saying why you needed this item. Why did you need to get a pair of socks anyway? Did you need it as a gift? Did you need it because you were running out of socks? Did you need it because the socks that you had were maybe worn, they were torn, they were either too thick or too thin for the season? So usually we give a reason why we got this product, okay? Once you say that, then you give your you give the description of the item that you've bought. So I bought these socks, they are elasticated. I'm going to write these down so I can write them in the caption on YouTube. They are elasticated, for example. That means they've got elastic. They are breathable, which means my feet don't sweat in them. They are breathable. The socks are breathable, which is really good. You know, air gets to them, which is very good. They are elasticated, they're breathable, they are very comfy. Now, when we are writing a review, I wrote a review about a hotel, didn't I, a few days ago. And when we want to write a review, we try and keep it very spoken, very conversational. This is one of the types of writing that we use, that we use spoken English in writing. So we don't use academic, we don't use formal English. Why? Because other people who are going to read my review, they are not academics, they're not formal, they're not from formal backgrounds or situations. This is like just a written version of spoken English. So you will find when you read reviews, you'll find exactly the same way we speak, that's the same way we write the review. We write it as though we're texting our friend, very informal, use lots of idioms, lots of phrasal verbs, lots of very commonly used phrases that we use in spoken English. Okay, so instead of saying comfortable, a lot of people say comfy, comfy, which is short for comfortable. Yeah. Okay, so the socks are elasticated, they're breathable, they're comfy. You can just slip them on, slip them on. When you slip something on, slip on is a phrasal verb. When you slip something on, that means you're showing how easy it is for you to wear it. How easy it is for you to wear it. You just slip them on, slip them on, slip them on. It's very easy for you to wear them. Yeah, they're very comfortable, very easy for you to wear them. You just slip them on and off you go. Okay, so these are a few words that you might want to use when you're describing the product that you've bought. Now, the important part that you need to include in a review is, what do you think about this? So you've told us why you bought the socks. You've given us a description of the product itself. That's fine, that's great. But what do you think? What's your opinion? What is your final recommendation about these socks? Should I go and get these socks as well? Do you think it's a good idea? Okay, so that's basically, that is the golden part. That's the sweetest part of the review. That's the most important part of the review. If you're really happy with them, you can say, for example, they are a game changer. These socks, they are a game changer. They are a game changer. They've completely changed my life. They've really made my life a lot easier. If I wear these socks for the gym, if I wear these socks for work, for walking, whatever, they've just made it so much easier for me. Yeah, they are a game changer. Game changer. They're a game changer. You could say, for example, they are my go-to socks. They are my go-to. So go and then a line and to. Go to, go to. That means they are the socks I always want to have. They are the socks I always want to get. I always want to wear. I love them. They are my go-to socks. They are my go-to socks. Yes. Sorry. Game changer is just one S. I've just noticed here. They are a game changer. Okay. They are my go-to socks. They are my go-to socks. I love wearing them. They're very comfortable. I love them. I love buying them. I love wearing them. Yeah, my go-to socks. Another one is they live up to their promise. They, because two socks, yeah? They live up to their promise. So in the advert, it says these socks are fantastic, they're very comfortable, they're breathable, and then you say yes, whatever the advert promised, that's exactly what happens. They live up to their promise. Whatever it says in the caption or in the advert, yes, that's true. They do that. Yes, they live up to their promise. They live up to their promise. So that is a type of review that you can write, for example, for socks. You might want to review a skincare product, hair care. You might want to review maybe a piece of clothing, a piece of a type of device, an electronic item that you've bought. You might want to review anything, any kind of product that you've bought, and these are the kinds of things that you can write. Now, let's say you're not happy with the product that you've bought, okay? One aspect of writing a review is to make sure that the review you have written is interesting for people to read. And as a culture, British people, we are huge with sarcasm. We absolutely love to joke, make fun of and be sarcastic about the product, not about other people. We don't like to joke about other people because that's really rude, but we do like to joke about ourselves, or we like to joke about items if we're not happy with it. Okay, so if you're not happy with these pair of socks, let's say you've bought these pair of socks and on day 2 you see you've got holes in the socks already. What? I only bought these socks 2 days ago and already I've got holes in the socks. That's not good, is it? And now you want to write a review, so you're a bit upset, okay? And usually what we do is we use sarcasm, we use jokes, we use sarcasm. So if you want to write a negative review, usually you find people throw in 1 or 2 jokes as well. For example, if I want to write a review about this pair of socks that I don't like, for example, they're great if you're okay with walking around with holes in your socks. So the socks are great if you're okay with walking around with holes in your socks. If you're okay with that, then yeah, these socks are great. That's a joke. Yeah, that's a type of joke. Another type of comment that you can write for negative review is, they are great if you love throwing your money away. They are great, these socks are great if you love throwing your money away, or throwing your money down the drain. I'm going to write all of these in the caption. When I save it on YouTube, you'll be able to see all of these words. So these socks are great if you're happy throwing your money down the drain. If you're happy throwing your money away, these socks are great. Can you see I've made a joke about it? I've actually been sarcastic about it. I'm not happy with these socks at all. I don't like these socks, but I'm making a joke. I'm being sarcastic, and that's the part of the British culture. We don't like to just keep it dry. Oh my God, waste of money, horrible, not doing it again and not shopping from there again. That's fine. But if we make a joke about it, it's more interesting for the reader. It's more interesting for the reader. So these socks are great if you're happy throwing your money down the drain. You know, that's a bit of a joke, obviously. They are great if you love throwing your money away, Samira, yes. Or Nargis, throwing your money down the drain. Absolutely, absolutely. So if you want to write a review about a product, if you like the product, fantastic. They are my go-to socks. I love them. They're comfy. You slip them on, you know, I forget I'm wearing them. It's all good things, right? That you love the socks. They live up to their promise, all that kind of thing. If you want to write a negative review, if you stick in a couple of jokes or a little bit of sarcasm, that's fine as well. And that's how we write negative reviews. Okay, it's a lot more interesting for the reader. And if a reader is interested, that means they pay more attention to your review. They pay a bit more attention to your review. Okay. Your posts and lives are a game changer. FZND. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that you're finding them useful. Thank you. Okay, lovely. So that's if you want to, slept on is a positive idiom to use, or a negative one. Slip it on. Slip it on is, you know, it's very good. It means you can wear it very easily. You can put it on and wear it very easily. You slip it on. Slip it on. Yeah. It's a phrasal verb, and it also can be an idiom. It just means you wear it very easily. Very easy for you to put it on. Wear it. Okay. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. Very good. So that's if you want to review a product. Let's say you want to review a film, a movie. You've just been and seen a film and you want to review a film. For example, you want to review a film, a book, a movie, a magazine, something that you've read or something that you've seen. At the beginning, we start with what the film was, what the title was, if there are any famous directors or actors in the film. Then you spend a little bit of time explaining just a bit about the film. We don't give the ending away. We don't tell anybody what the ending is, because that listener, that person might want to go watch the film themselves. Yeah, we want it to be a surprise. So we don't tell them what happens at the end. We just tell them what the story is. For example, if I want to give you an example of a film that came out years ago, which was the Titanic. I think everybody in this live has seen the film Titanic, right? With Leo DiCaprio and who played Rose? Oh my God. Who played Rose? I can't believe I've forgotten her name. Help me. Who played Rose in the Titanic? What was the name of the actress? Does anybody remember? Usually I'd be Googling this on my phone, but Kate Winslet. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Kate Winslet. Thank you. Right. This must be the jet lag. Okay. So Kate Winslet. Thank you very much. Yes. The Titanic, Kate Winslet and Leo DiCaprio, I think everybody has seen. If you want to review this film, you say, obviously it's a film, it's about a ship that sets sail from Ireland, if I'm not mistaken, and it wants to go to New York, right? It wants to go to America. And then on the way, it hits an iceberg, and, you know, people are in distress and it causes a problem. We don't give the ending away. We don't say what happened to the ship. We don't say what happened to the passengers. We don't say what happened to Rose and Jack at the end of it. That person wants to go and see that film themselves, yes? So that's when we just give a little bit about the story. The end of every single review is what you think about it. What's your opinion about that film? What's your recommendation? Do you think people should go and see it or not? Did you like it or not? So whenever you want to write a review about a product, a service, a place that you've been, a film that you've watched, a book that you've read, anything you've done, you want to write a review, the most important part comes at the end. And that's the most important part, which is your final feedback, your recommendation. Do you think other people should visit that hotel? Do you think other people should go and see that film? Should other people go and buy those socks? Yeah, so that's the most important part of the review. Okay. Yes, we don't spoil the movie. Well done, well done. We don't spoil the movie because that person might want to go and watch the film themselves. Is that right? Very good. So that's how we do a review. In the review that I posted on Instagram a few days ago about the hotel, there was this hotel we went and stayed close to Heathrow in London. You might have noticed that at the beginning, I wrote positive comments. Yeah, the first sentence was very positive, which was, you know, there were no problems with the service, the food, the cleanliness. So we start with positive. And then we go on to the negative, if there's an issue with negatives, and that's where we can use idioms as well. I think in the story that I posted about the hotel, I think it was the pressure of the shower that left a lot to be desired. It left a lot to be desired. I don't know about you, I'm sure you're the same. When you go to a hotel, you're tired, you've just arrived, you might have been driving for a long time, you might have, I don't know, been on the train, on the plane, on a ferry, whatever it was, and you're tired. And one way to freshen up, one way to freshen up is to go and have a nice shower, right? Or a bath. And one of the worst things, I think, in a shower is if the pressure isn't good enough. In my book, in my opinion. Yeah, in my book, in my opinion. I'm going to write that down as well. So in my book is an idiom. It means in my opinion. In my book. So if I go and I want to have a shower and the shower pressure isn't enough, it's not what I expected, it leaves a lot to be desired. I'm quite disappointed, yeah, because a shower needs to have a certain amount of pressure, doesn't it? Not too much, obviously, I don't want it to be painful, but it needs to have a certain amount of pressure. And that left a lot to be desired because that's not what I expected. It was disappointing. So we do use idioms in our reviews as well. It's really good. I didn't have space in the story that I wrote for the hotel, but at the end, usually there might be something that we can write. Might I suggest that staff look at increasing the pressure of the water? Yeah, that's my kind of suggestion. Might I suggest, which is a very formal, very polite way of making a suggestion. Might I suggest staff look at, it means think about, look at increasing the pressure of maybe the shower, if they have to fiddle with the shower head maybe, or just increase the water pressure, I don't know. To freshen up, in my book, very good, yes. So we do these, don't we? Yes, so I've given my final overall opinion about the hotel. It's great. And I said, if I'm not mistaken, at a push, if I absolutely had to, if it was an emergency, if I had no choice, at a push, it means if I had to, at a push, and this was in the story that I put on Instagram a few days ago, at a push, if I had to, I would go and stay there again, but it wouldn't be my first choice. And that, even though I've used very soft words, even though I haven't said anything bad, the fact that I've used soft words means that the meaning of that sentence is huge. Okay, in some cultures, in some languages, we have to use very harsh, very strong adjectives to show our emotion. In English, sometimes if you want to show your emotion, you don't use harsh words. You can use very soft words, but it still has a huge effect. It wouldn't be my first option. Wow. Yeah, that means if there are other options, I'm not going to go back there. I'm going to go to a different hotel. That's bad, isn't it, for their business? So we don't have to use very strong, your hotel was terrible, you should be embarrassed, I want a refund. We don't use that in reviews, obviously. My final overall opinion was, at a push, if I have to, I'll stay there. But it wouldn't be my first choice. And that just tells my listener, my reader, that she didn't enjoy it very much. It wouldn't be her first choice, which speaks huge volumes. It wouldn't be my first option. It wouldn't be my first choice. Yes, this could be also for a restaurant. It could again be for a hotel, for an airline. If you used an airline, you want to write a review. If you went to a hotel, if you went on holiday to a certain place, you used a certain travel agent, maybe any kind of service or product. Even with products, these socks wouldn't be my first option. Yeah, at a push, I would go for these socks again. At a push, I would go for these socks again, but they wouldn't be my first option. That means if I had another option, I would go for a different option. I wasn't too happy, too satisfied with these socks that I bought. I hope that makes sense. Okay, they wouldn't be my first option, or this hotel wouldn't be my first option at a push. Yeah. So that's how we use it. I hope that makes sense. Please slowly. Oh, I'm sorry. Hissam Zolfi. Hissam, tell me please which part of it you would like me to repeat, and I'll repeat that again. Okay? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Lovely to have you. So just to remind everybody that the sale, the Nowruz sale that I had, is going to end on Tuesday the 9th of April. If anyone's interested, just write the word sale right here in the comment, S-A-L-E, and the information will come to you, and then that will be the end of the sale. Does anybody have any questions about what I spoke about today for the review? At a push, yes, yes. Thank you, very kind of you, Nura, thank you very much. Hello. Right, I wasn't, is it right, or I weren't? Very good question, Nadar, thank you, Nadar, yes, is that right? Very good question. Both of them are grammatically correct. It depends what the rest of the sentence is or what is before it. If you're using the second conditional, you say I weren't, I weren't. If I weren't here right now, I would, and then the rest of the sentence. Second conditional, we say if I weren't, yes. But normally we say if I wasn't or I wasn't, yes. Could we have everyday live with you? I wish, I wish. I did this once, didn't I? I did a marathon, 1 week live session. I think it was a half term that I did a live session with you all every day, Monday to Friday, half term. I really enjoyed it. And on Friday, I actually felt like I'm losing something because I got so used to seeing all of you every day. If I had more time in the day, I really would have had more sessions, I promise you. Sleep on it didn't use for all products, as I understand. Sleep on it is to think about it. Yes, sleep on it, yes. Right, so okay, that's the question. So slip, S-L-I-P, to slip something on, slip something on. So that something comes in the middle. Slip something on, it means put it on, wear it, and it's very simple to wear it. Sleep on it, sleep, which is sleep, then that's S-L-E-E-P. Sleep on it means think about it, and that's the idiom. Yeah. So slip on is when you wear it quickly. Very good. Freshen up. Freshen up is a phrasal verb that we use, and it means when you try to make yourself feel fresh again. So you might have just arrived somewhere, you've been on the way, you've been in the car, you've been flying, you've been on the way somewhere to get to the destination, you feel tired, yeah? You want to go have a shower to freshen up. Freshen up, yeah. I'm new and very glad to be here. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here as well. How would you talk about food quality in your review? Okay, food quality, the quality of food. I'm guessing you mean at a restaurant, yeah? So if you're talking about the quality of food at a restaurant, then you would use a lot of adjectives that would suggest if it was tasty or not, if it smelt nice or not, if the presentation was nice. That means to look at, was it nice? Was it lovely? Was it pretty? And then obviously you talk about the taste, the spices, if they complemented each other. You talk about if it was cooked properly, and if you enjoyed it. Usually if we have idioms like, I wanted to eat my fingers. I wanted to eat my fingers, for example, or it was finger licking good. These kind of things, they suggest that the food was excellent. It was lovely. It was really nice. A certain type of meat melted in my mouth, for example. It just shows that that meat was cooked perfectly. It was juicy. So lots of adjectives, lots of idioms we use for food. If you want to use a negative review for food, then you would say, this isn't very nice, unfortunately, but sorry, negative review for food, we would say, I wouldn't feed it to my dog. I'm sorry. That's how we say it. If we want to write a negative review about really, really bad food, we say, I wouldn't feed it to my dog. And that is the maximum negative review you can get about food. Yeah, I wouldn't feed it to my dog. I was sick all day, or the next day, I was sick the next day. Another idiom, sentence, they should close that place down. They should close that place, that restaurant. They should close that place down. These kind of things are for negative reviews about food. Okay. Ismail, in our class, the videos that our teacher use are very best. Thank you very much. Lovely. Okay. Hanuz, Okay, I don't know what that is, sorry. Please say the meaning of game changer again. Thank you, Nargis. So game changer means something that changes the game. Basically, it means it changes a lifestyle, changes the way you work, changes your attitude or your emotion about something. And when we say something is a game changer, that means it makes it so much better, so much easier. Oh my God, why did I not use this before? It's a game changer. From now on, I'm constantly going to get this or buy this or use this, or that's what we mean. It's a lovely good adjective, game changer, ER at the end. It's a game changer. Yeah. Life changing obviously is something that changes your life. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other questions before I love you and leave you? Life saving. Life saving, I think, is a bit more. It's a lifesaver. Yes. It's a lifesaver. Yes. Yes. We can definitely do that. Okay. Could you please explain briefly what does take for granted mean? If something, you take something for granted, you take something for granted, that means when you have it, you don't appreciate it. Yeah, you don't think about it, you don't appreciate it, it doesn't have a lot of value for you. But as soon as you lose it, as soon as it finishes, as soon as you don't have it anymore, then you think, oh my goodness, why didn't I appreciate it? That's called take for granted. Freedom. Outside of some countries, outside of China, outside of North Korea, outside of these places, you know, and other countries, we take freedom for granted, don't we? Unfortunately, outside of Iran, we take freedom for granted. We just go on the streets, we say what we want, do what we want, wear what we want. That's something we take for granted. We don't even think about it, and we need to appreciate it. So take for granted is something that you have. It doesn't have value for you. You don't think about it, but you should think about it. Yes, Samin, thank you. Okay. You don't care about it as long as you have it. Lovely, lovely. See, you're helping each other out. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much for attending today's session. I hope that I have been able to hopefully help you with maybe a few idioms or a few cultural aspects. This live, as always, is being recorded. I'm going to save it on my YouTube channel. Once it's uploaded, I will put a story on Instagram, let you know the link of where you can go to watch this video again. These live sessions live on YouTube. I don't delete them. They will always be on YouTube, and I will include the new words in the caption as well. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Thank you, Bita. Thank you, Afsan. Everybody. Lovely. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next Sunday. Thank you. Good night.